What's happening, everybody? We are out on the 1988 Honda Fourtrax 300 4x4, and this is a bit of a different video today. Whee! This is a bit overgrown, probably due to me or my fault. Woohoo! Look at this. I'll take ownership for this one. So today, October 19th, getting closer to winter. You can see the beautiful fall foliage in New England. Today, my father has unfortunately passed away. Now, a lot of you will probably be like, oh no, condolences, so on and so forth. I'll start off by saying my father, you know, he was there physically, but not emotionally. Oh, here's a big hill. Woohoo! And we all grieve in funny ways or weird ways and whatnot. And I looked at him. I've been looking at him for the past 6 months as he declined pretty hardcore. You know, I just looked at a man who was really, really afraid to live. All right, it's around here somewhere. There we go. Been a while. So, as I was saying, yeah, my father has passed away today. You know, I'm trying to figure out how to grieve. And I know a lot of you guys are probably in the same boat as me. Either you loved your parents and they were there for you at all times. Woo! Or, much like my father, he was there physically but never emotionally or anything really. My father taught me nothing about this world other than to get a job, woohoo, to avoid risk, and to live a boring life. And I'm here to tell you that is not what you should do. In a way, he taught me not to be like him. You know, I don't have much to say other than trying to figure out grieving. How do you grieve for somebody who is not able to be grieved for? Whee! So a little bit about my father. He was older. He was 80-something years old, and he was in bad health over the last few years because he did nothing but sit on the couch. Whereas my mother is the complete opposite. My father had passion, but he never followed his passion. He only ever played it safe in everything, including life. Laziness or whatever you call it, he just didn't have passion. And he never followed his passion. He never taught me anything useful in life other than to be careful. Which, I mean, again, is not really useful. What's the fun in being careful? I mean, I went a little too hard against that when I was younger, but just trying to figure out how to make it make sense, grief and loss. I've lost friends, I've lost family members, but nobody as close to me as something like a father. And the big thing about your parents is they're supposed to teach you a lot in life. And he never taught me anything. Like, absolutely nothing. It's staggering how little I learned from him. Not how to work on quads, dirt bikes, not how to treat women, not how to treat friends. You know, I was a tough person to be around when I was younger. Just because I didn't know. Let's go through these mud pits. Oh, go underneath the holly. But, woo, how do you go through life having 6 kids and not teaching them anything? That is insane. But he himself never learned anything other than to do your job and then do nothing else. Don't take any risks, not even investing. You know, it's like save up cash and spend it. You know, at the end of his life, he saved up cash, not a lot, and then he spent it all on his failing health. Now, he had cars and stuff when he was younger, but he had to use it later on to take care of us. I mean, he did have 6 kids, but he taught us nothing. Not how to follow our passions, not how to take care of ourselves. I learned nothing from him. And that's such a bummer way to live. I don't wish that on anybody. I'll never see him again. I'll never get to confront him. You know, we have a very storied history on the good, the bad, and the ugly. And boy, it got ugly at some points. But I'm here to tell you, it's a video of grief and also of what's next. What's next for this channel? Am I going to change my ways? Am I going to figure out life is more difficult or easier or anything like that? I don't think so. Here to tell you, not take life so seriously. Not like him. It's not. Life is not serious. Life is a series of mistakes and fun along the way and passion. My father was not a passionate man. It's quite the opposite. He tried some things that failed, but didn't try hard, and he failed hard. No, he failed us. He failed a lot. Then he gave up. ...1988 Honda Fourtrax 300 4x4. I've had this thing now for 15 years? I don't know. It's on my channel about the 10-year mark, and boy, best ATV I've ever owned. Just an absolute beast. Not fast. Not the strongest. Not the most comfortable, but man, just perfect. A blast to drive. And I would have never known had I not purchased 15 ATVs before it, if not more. Something my dad told me not to do. Don't buy all this junk. Guess what? It allowed me to absolutely fall in love with everything that has to do with this. A sport or whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. Ready? Whenever I jump this thing, it's a smile on my face. And that is the best thing on this planet, is laughing, smiling, adrenaline, having fun. And it took me a lot of figuring that out myself. And if I didn't have my dad to tell me not to do it, I probably wouldn't have done it in the first place. Since he said it was a bad idea, I'm like, well, I'll show you. And guess what? If there's one thing I learned from him, it was defy everything he said. Get a job. What a dumb way to live. I spend my money, but on junk like, you know, 20, 30-year-old ATVs that this thing's almost as old as I am. Said it was a bad idea. Don't buy that. Buy a house. Don't buy that. Buy a brand new car. Well, now I have a brand new car, but before I didn't. I always drove, you know, old vehicles. Hell, my truck's got 522,000 miles on it. Never spent $5 over a car. You know, this quad was 600 bucks, 700 bucks, and I bought 15 years ago. Anyways, today is a ride in his memory. Not for him, for me. Process loss. Woohoo! And realize we are only here for a short amount of time. You know, I'm 40 years old. I remember when my dad was talking to me about his 40s and how they came up so quick, and it's true. And now he's gone. And I'm next. Follow your passions. What a beautiful way to end this really harsh day. It's about passion. And if you don't got that, you don't got nothing. Find your passion and love what you do with that. It doesn't have to be work. It's just find a passion. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm concluding this video with this. He told me never to buy these, or this one in particular, because it doesn't help me any which way. But guess what? It makes me feel something. I have proved him wrong once again, as I normally do. Life isn't about safety. It's about passion. And as long as you have passion, you have a life to live. Some of you are passionate about certain brands or something, but just find that passion and have fun with it. I get to try all these fun motorsports. I can honestly say that this is a passion, and we all share it. Anybody who's watching this, we share it. Don't let anybody tell you not to follow your passions. Have fun. And if I've learned anything from my father, it is enjoy yourself out there, because he never did, and we're going to. Take it easy, guys. We will see you in the next one.